Hey everyone, it's Jen Pickett with Agnes and Dora by Jen P, and I'm really excited to be bringing you this training about Periscope. And I'm calling it Breaking into Periscope because I think a lot of us know that Periscope exists, but don't really understand maybe why we need to utilize Periscope or how to, and how we can grow our business with Agnes and Dora by utilizing this really great tool. So I'm Jen again, and my you can find me at Agnes and Dora by Jen P on all platforms currently. But I'll be changing my profile name really soon to Styled by Jen P. So check both these out if you want to follow me on Instagram, Periscope, Facebook, and Twitter. These will be my names, so you can find me at either one of these. But we'll be transitioning solely to Styled by Jen P very soon. So let's get started. What's in this training? So a few weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, some of my teammates have been were asking me to put together a training because I go on Facebook Live every single week really consistently. I've been on Periscope a bunch too, and I personally need to build some more consistency in working through Periscope. So I thought, what better way to do this by helping my fellow Agnes and Dora teammates out by putting together a training and allowing me to practice and build some consistency myself. So it's kind of like an accountability training for me too. So I'm building this training for you, but also it's challenging me to be more consistent. So what are we going to see today? So first of all, we're going to talk about why Periscope. Why is it important to even jump on this new platform or new to you platform? We'll talk through logistics. How do we even get on Periscope? What settings do we need to make sure are on or off? And how do we ensure that we've got all of the nitty gritty stuff in the background figured out before we actually go live? And we'll just talk about that. How do we actually go live? What do we need to do? What tips do we need? What tools do we need? And how do we set ourselves up for success? And then any tips that I have, I'm going to share these tips with all of you, as well as provide some time for Q&A. And I'm recording this training, so obviously there's no one interacting with me now, but I'm really happy to go through this training with you and share this information with you if you want me to join you in your group, or if you want me to do a kind of a live WebEx training where you can ask questions as you go via text, or we can do it live as well. So we'll leave some time at the end for Q&A too. So let's first talk about why Periscope. Periscope is a platform that is created by Twitter. So it's connected to your Twitter account. Periscope grows your group and builds your platform. When I first started with Agnes and Dora, I wanted to make sure that I build my group really quickly. And there's a lot of ways that you can do that, but one of the ways is to reach out to people that don't even know you. So I started even before Agnes and Dora. I actually got my kit or launched my business. I started just exploring Periscope so I could gain followers. I would jump on Periscope, tell them a little bit about what I was thinking, just kind of talk out loud about my ideas and some of the things I was excited about around this business, and started slowly gaining followers. And those individuals that started following me also started joining my Facebook group, and that helped really build the momentum of my group at the very, very beginning. And being on Periscope consistently builds your platform and will build your customer base. It connects you to other humans as well. We live in a very digital world, so people follow up with each other and talk to each other via text, email, commenting on certain posts, etc. But this actually puts you live in front of a camera where people can actually interact with you and see who you are. You get in front of a camera to be able to not just put a face with a name, but also to share your personality, talk about your likes, talk about the things you're excited about, what you're up to that day. And they connect with you on a human level. And I truly feel that way about going live on many platforms, but on Periscope specifically, you get to connect with people that normally aren't in your Facebook group, that may be new to you. And so I feel like Periscope provides an amazing platform to connecting to other humans. It also builds your brand and exposure. Agnes and Dora is a fairly new business. And for a lot of us that are just starting out, I'm only 4 months in. For me, I needed to get the word out. What's a free way for me to tell people about what I'm doing, what I'm excited about, and the amazing styles that Agnes and Dora has to offer? And so Periscope has allowed me to build my brand and will continue to as I build more consistency in showing and showcasing and selling on Periscope. It's also another platform for sales, just like I said, selling. The majority of my sales are done via my party site and Facebook Live in my Facebook group. But my Facebook group is only so large, and only so many people can actually see what I have in my party site. I have to send them a link, or they have to find my link in order to do that. So Periscope gives me an opportunity to basically showcase and sell to my cold market. Those individuals that are shopping for new fashion, that are shopping Agnes and Dora on Periscope, or looking for brands like Agnes and Dora. This gives us an opportunity to be out there and have new people that have never seen you or have never seen Agnes and Dora get an opportunity to see these styles and allow you another platform for sales. And if you're looking for a really good article on why you should keep Periscope as a part of your social media strategy, this is one of the posts that I checked out. So feel free to follow this and check out Kim's reasons for building Periscope as part of your social media strategy and part of your business strategy. I thought it was really helpful. So something that I was using as I was putting together this training. And so one of the things you'll first do when you are downloading Periscope and actually getting started is you'll want to download first the Periscope app off of iOS, so the App Store for Apple or the Android App Store. And you'll create your username and connect it to your Twitter account. So if you don't have a Twitter account, it's going to ask you to do that. Just like Facebook and Instagram are connected, Twitter and Periscope are connected. So really want to encourage you to create that username and connect to Twitter. And then what I did was I found some people to follow and watched a dozen or so Periscopes in order for me to get the hang of it. So I searched for Agnes and Dora, I searched for fashion, I searched for shopping live in hashtags, and was able to find a few individuals. And originally, that's actually how I found Agnes and Dora, was through someone that was considering looking at Agnes and Dora as a business. And so I jumped onto their Periscope, followed them, continued to follow them, and ended up joining this amazing business. And going into business for myself. And so find some people to follow and watch some so that it gets started. And then you'll basically fire up the app and start recording. You want to create a name for every session that's super compelling and start recording. And once you start recording, you can double tap on the screen in order to flip your camera. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So what's in this profile? This page here shows my profile. So here I am. I'm Jen Pickett. I've got, right now, my name's at Agnes and Dora by Jen P. And I've had 25,600 hearts. So the hearts are a big deal. The more hearts you get, the more popular and more featured your profile will become. And on my profile, I just talk a little bit about myself. And then I also added my Google Doc. So when people shop with me live, they can actually go to my Google Doc to let me know what they purchased and where to invoice them. I also added a link to my party site as well as to my Facebook group, so they can find me on all my platforms. The edit tool here for profile only allows you a certain amount of characters. So I would have added my Instagram as well, but because I didn't have that many characters, I could only fit my Facebook page, my party site, and my Google Doc. So I thought those were the most important ones for people to follow me at on Periscope. So what else is on here? So who you are, your Facebook profile, your party site, your checkout form, and your engagement info. But also, you're going to want to take a look at at the top of the right-hand corner, you'll see this edit button. That's how you'll click on that edit button to click on your profile. It's in the corner, top right-hand corner. You can also see kind of what all your different Periscopes and watch your replays via the broadcast tab. You can go live on that center button, which is a little camera on the bottom there. And then it talks about your activity on this profile page. So all this information is listed here. And I like to go back to my profile and watch my broadcast. Sometimes it's helpful to give me feedback on how I should change things the next time. But sometimes it's also good for me to be able to reshare that broadcast if someone's interested in something. So how do you go live? What you'll do is when you launch Periscope, and I'm going to give you a demo in just a second. When you launch Periscope, what you'll do is you'll go to the little, there's a little, like little facial, not facial features, but the little people here in the bottom right hand corner. You'll tap on that, and that'll take you to your profile, which is in the top right hand corner. And make sure your profile is all good to go. But once you want to go live, you can tap on this camera and it'll automatically take you live. It will show your front facing camera, so it'll show you what you're looking at. So if you double tap the screen, it'll turn it around for you and show you you want people to see you and not necessarily what's in front of you all the time. So double tap on that screen. In settings, you're going to want to make sure you turn off location services off. And let me press play here to show you it.
Okay, so let's try it this way. I go to settings, and then we go to privacy, location services, and then find Periscope. I have a lot of apps, my goodness. There's Periscope, and choose never, because if you while using the app, then people will be able to see where you are.
And so that's a really important thing here. Turn off those location services settings. The first time I went on Periscope, I didn't realize I had location services turned on. And so people could pinpoint my location. And that's a little scary knowing that there's some kind of weirdos out there. So it's really important for you to never share what your location is. Otherwise, people will be able to find exactly where you are. And if you're from your home, they'll know exactly where your house is. So just make sure to turn that off turn that location access off and set it to never before you go live. So just a quick tip there. Also, some other things to note. I just shared how to go about getting to settings. So on that profile page, if you scroll down, you'll go to settings, and you'll also be able to enable video stabilization and moderate your comments, etc. I put together a quick video on how to do that. So in just a moment, I'll show you that video so you'll get to see how I actually set up my settings. What tools do you need in order to go live? Here's some of the things that I liked. I prefer using a stand. I have a couple iPhone and iPad stands because I go live typically using my iPad or my iPhone. And I found a good one on Amazon, and I also found just that the iPhone stands by Apple, the ones that are like a little square rectangle that are charging station as well, work really well as a stand. And if you need to, what's helpful about the one that's by Apple is that you can actually charge your device while you're going live and you won't run out of battery, which I know I've been on a few lives where someone's run out of power or where I've run out of power. So the Apple stand is probably my favorite one for iOS if you're an Apple user. Also, good lighting. I don't have a crazy light kit. I recommend it for those of you that can afford it, feel like it's a good thing if you want to showcase all of your product. But I am typically on in a really good lit room. But I do have a few extra lights in my office that I go live in so that they can see my customers can see the different colors, they can see me clearly, and I can easily show them everything that they need to without worrying about things being faded or being in the shadows. On numbers, I use some numbers, and I show this in my demo, but I use some numbers to number each of the items that I sell. That way, when someone decides to claim something and purchase it, they can claim it by commenting sold, their first name and last initial, and then the number that's associated with the item. And typically, they'll take a screenshot of the Periscope Live as well, so that way they don't forget what they purchased. That gives me an opportunity too when they fill out their Google Doc to see that there's a number associated with it and that number is what's associated with the actual sale. So we don't get our crosshairs mixed. Post-it notes. I keep a ton of Post-it notes around because you need to be able to keep track of who claimed what. So typically when someone claims something, I'll write it down on a Post-it note. I'll put the number down, I'll put their name on it, and then I'll put I typically put the Post-it note right on the tag of the item. So that way I don't lose what someone claimed. And finally, lots of pens. Of course, pens are super important. So you need to be able to write down on those Post-its. So those are the things that I typically keep. One thing I didn't add here is water. You're going to be talking for like an hour, sometimes a couple hours, depending on how long your live is. And I like to go for an hour to an hour and a half because I feel like people start losing attention or stop paying attention after really after the first few minutes they can stop paying attention. Sometimes like I multitask when I am live, so or excuse me, when I'm watching someone live. Sometimes I'm like making dinner or I'm folding laundry, so it's really really important to try to keep your periscopes as short as you can, while still keeping everyone's attention. I also, so again, I grab a glass of wine or grab a glass of water, something for me to keep myself hydrated and being able to talk without getting super dry mouth. I know that seems kind of weird, but it's hard to talk, and it's hard to talk for that long. So bring some water with you. I forgot to add that. Just a quick tip. So let me quickly demo and show you how we go about going live. So I've got my iPad here. I had my iPad here. This is actually I recorded this yesterday, and hopefully this gives you kind of an idea of how I go about getting started and going live. Check it out.
All right, thank you guys for joining me. I'm really excited to bring you this training for Agnes and Dora for Periscope. And I am Jen, and I'm part of the Dora Diamonds team, and I'm really excited to put this together for you. I am not an expert necessarily on Periscope. However, I'm just like you. I'm another rep that is venturing into the world of Periscope. I've done a bunch of Facebook Lives and about 40 or so Periscopes, and I've been with Agnes and Dora for about 4 months or so. And so I'm putting together this training, and part of it is this interactive video that I'm putting together. So you're actually going to see me go live tonight on this video, and I'm going to try to clip sections of this movie and show you guys actually how we go about doing it. So here's what I do to go live. I go and I download the Periscope app, and here I am. I go to Periscope and open up Periscope. A couple things that I'll do is I will actually look. There's another Mary. Looks like she's live right now. I can see that she's live currently. But if I go to this little camera at the bottom of my screen, this gives me a chance to go live. But I'm not going to do that quite yet. Just want to show you a couple things before I jump in. The little people at the very bottom of the screen. This takes me to my people page where I can follow new people. But at the top of that screen, you'll see a little silhouette. And that silhouette shows my profile. So it shows me, Jen Pickett. I'm at Agnes Dora by Jen P. And it says, I love styling beautiful clothes with you. Hashtag Agnes and Dora. And my Google Doc is on there at the top, as well as my shop, so my party site, and my Facebook group. So all of my links are right there. You can also see all of my broadcasts if you want to. Actually, I only have 31. I thought I had more than that. But here's 31, and I have all of my broadcasts since I started. So like even before I went to Agnes and Dora, I started with Agnes and Dora. You can see what I was posting. And it's really helpful to see how you progress over time. So I want to encourage you to look at other people's feeds as they start, or other people's broadcasts, so that you can see what they do. Other things that I double check before I go live, just making sure that all my settings are correct. I want to make sure I get my notifications are on, but I want to make sure under your broadcasts that my stabilization is good, so that if for some reason my iPad kind of moves a little bit or my table shakes, it'll help me keep with that keep that video stable. I auto save my videos to my camera roll. That way, if I go live and I want to post the video somewhere else, I have some access to it. I also want to make sure I moderate. And the reason why you want to moderate is because there's sometimes some creepy people on Periscope that like to try to throw you off base by saying some inappropriate things. So you want to make sure that you can moderate your broadcast by getting rid of them. And you might see some people jump on tonight where I have to actually block them. And that's important to know, because you'll want to block people that are inappropriate or from your group. And sometimes if you have your friends join you on your Periscopes, they'll help you by moderating for you as well. I like the larger comments on as well, because I use an iPad mini and I can't see my comments from afar. So the larger the comments, the better, so that I can reply sooner. Little thing that's different from Periscope and Facebook Live is that in Periscope, the comments, you can't re-see them until you watch the replay. Whereas in Facebook, you can scroll up and down to see what you've missed. So sometimes I'll ask people to repeat themselves if I miss one of their posts or their comments. So larger comments really helps for me. So all of my settings are correct. The other thing that I do, and that you need to do actually in your location settings, and I did this in a different video, is in your location settings, you're going to want to make sure that your location is turned off anytime you use Periscope. Because if someone is watching you live, they can actually see exactly where you are. So it's important for you to turn off that setting from a privacy standpoint so that you can stay secure and that people don't know exactly where you are. There's some you never know in this world. There's some weird people out there, so I try my best to make sure that we're private. So that's what I do before I start. So let's get ready to get started. So I tap on the little camera. Oh, and my desk is a mess. My apologies. So I double tap on the page, and it brings it back to me. So here I am. This is really strange to see myself in two places. And then I'm just going to double check that my video, or that the way that I want my video to actually set is okay. Because what I find sometimes is that, hold on, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, that they can't see the whole outfit that I'm wearing if it's not set correctly. So now, this might not work because my stand is a little bit, I'm using a different stand tonight because of this Periscope video. And so if I move the keyboard, you want to make sure they can see your whole outfit. So here I am in my whole outfit. It's okay, so good. I feel good that they can see the whole outfit. It's a little bit angled, which I don't like, but it's better than better things. So you saw the screen go black there for a moment because it was just making sure that it had good connection. So what I'll do is I'm going to say what I'm going to do. So I am saying shop tunics live with Agnes and Dora. Agnes and Dora by Jen P. So they know what they're going to be shopping with me. I also only have a certain amount of characters, so I'm going to try to put a hashtag in here so people can find me. And I usually hashtag Agnes and Dora, and then I'll actually hashtag tunics, so someone's looking for tunics. And then I will, let's see here, Shop Tunics Live with Agnes and Dora by Jen P, hashtag Agnes and Dora. I'm also going to show a couple vintage pieces tonight. So vintage pieces. So I'm saying vintage pieces too. And so that's what I'm going to put. And I usually put some fun emojis. I can't, right now I'm doing the Whole30, so I can't drink wine, which I normally drink a glass of wine. It's fun. And I'm drinking wine with other people. So tonight I'm drinking kombucha, and so I'm not going to put my glass of wine, but I put a little tunics or tops and a little heart. And then I'll get started. So before I press start broadcast, I make sure that I have my setup too. So I usually have numbers because I number all of my items. Make sure that I have a pen handy, as well as some Post-it notes. Sorry, I'm on my knees here because I'm kind of like, have to stand up for a second, but some Post-it notes as well. And then these Post-its will help me keep track of who's ordered what. And I put them in a little bin over here so that I can keep track of what's been purchased. So with that said, I'm going to get started. So I'm showing tunics tonight. So I'm on my tier tunic first, and then I'm going to show dolmans, and then I'm going to show swings. And it should go by really fast. So hopefully this will be super helpful to you guys. I'm also going to play music. One thing that's cool about Periscope too is that you can actually play music. Facebook, they sometimes delete your posts because they think that some of the music is still copyrighted. I subscribe to Apple Music, so I don't feel bad about using the music, but Facebook has some copyright laws that they abide by, which they're allowed to. So let's get started. I'm listening to one of my workout. It's called Burn Cycle for Jen. So it's like Janet Jackson, Gwen Stefani, and some fun like hip hop and stuff. So hopefully you like that music while I'm going live. Here we go. All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jen with Agnes and Dora by Jen P. Good guys. Oops, there we are. I am here to show you tunics tonight. And so we are going to shop 3 different tunics. I'm going to style some tunics for you. So first, I'm going to style my tier tunic. Hey Carly, hey guys, thanks for joining. And then I'm going to show you guys the dolman tunic in a way that I style tunic. And then finally, I'm going to show you the swing tunic. So thanks everyone for joining. I'm drinking kombucha tonight. So FYI, hi Janet.
Tonight it's Eva's. I think it was like Michelle was asking me what kombucha I was drinking. And let me know if you guys are having trouble with the video, because I see it going black and white a little bit on my side. But I'm drinking some kombucha until I can start drinking wine again. So tonight we're shopping those 3 tunics. So I'm going to show you the tier tunic, the dolman tunic, and the swing tunic. Hey Michelle, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. If you're catching this part, you're watching the replay. So, and you're welcome to shop the replay. In order for you to claim something, in order to claim, what an ask that you do is asks to say sold, claim by saying sold, your first name and last initial, and the number that is associated with the item. And then I'll know that you claimed it. And then what you'll do is you'll actually go ahead and, let's see here, fill out my Google Doc. Sorry, I just blanked right then. You can fill out my Google Doc, and then I'll invoice you at the end. So I'm also recording this video, so it's a little bit odd. If you see it go black and white, if it keeps doing that or it's kicking you off, just comment and let me know. I think it is. So, cause I keep seeing people jump off and on. So I'll stop my video recording. It looks like it is. So I'm going to stop that for all right. So you can see I had a little bit of technical difficulty there. And so that is true. That will happen from time to time. So I did have to unplug my iPad since I was doing this training video. I had to unplug my iPad, and then I continued with the live for about another hour. And so had a chance to sell a few items, didn't sell a bunch last night, but what was great was today I got 10 new followers on my Facebook group because, I had some conversation with them about, how I go live, what I do in my Facebook group, the community that I've built there, and they enjoyed my style. So, although maybe I didn't get sales that night, some nights are busier than others for me, and part of that is because of the consistency, or the lack of consistency, I should say. The more consistent, when I'm on Periscope consistently, I get more sales. When it's few and far between and it's not on the same days, I lose sales. So, so consistency is key. But I think anytime I go on Periscope and I kind of share what's exciting, what's new inventory that's coming, or if I'm showing some vintage pieces that people are in search of, then I typically grow my Facebook group a little bit. So it's helpful in growing your group. So that's one of my tips. Go live consistently. If you want to see the rest of that live, it was my live from April 23rd. And you can find me again on Periscope at Agnes Dora by Jen P. You also probably saw that I showcased my kombucha. I know it's weird because some people just jump on there and grab wine or whatever, but I love wine, love it. And typically when I go live, I want to show people what I'm drinking because it's a passion of mine. It's not just like I love to drink, which is true, but I love searching for wine. I like going wine tasting. I love trying new wines at the grocery store and bringing something new at home and doing reviews on them too. That's another one of my passions. So so that's one way that I connect with people and they can kind of see what I like to do outside of Agnes and Dora. So just a little random tip. Some other tips to consider, do you be who you are, be authentic, and don't try to be anyone else that you see on Periscope. Don't try to copy them. Try to be who you are, because people can see through if you're not being authentic, if you're just trying to make a sale instead of really connecting with people. Get the wiggles out. Practice. I put 4 posts here, photos, and the top 2 were the first 2 posts I ever did on Periscope. And I hadn't even gotten my inventory at that point. The first one actually was one I was like, I don't know if I should do this Agnes and Dora thing. And so it's really important to practice and get the wiggles out. And practice makes perfect. It's true. So I just encourage you all to jump on Periscope and go live just to start having conversations with people and get ready to go live when you're ready to launch your business. Figure out your setup. I've tried a few different places. Like I was in my living room. I was in my bedroom with my phone being in a certain spot. And I've tried a few different places till I figured out what works well. And now I have the same spot that I go live from every single time. So figure out what your setup is going to be, where the best lighting is going to be, and where your phone or your iPad or your device that you're going live from can really capture your best version of yourself and your inventory. Bring friends and family along with you. So I've done this a few times where I've actually had my girlfriends come over and they actually try stuff on live, and people get a chance to see what things look like and feel like, and on different body types. Like I'm a 10-12, but my girlfriend, you can see down here, Hannah, she is like a 0-2 or a 4. And then I've been live with some of my girlfriends. Look, when I've done a home party, I'll go live, and there'll be girls of all different shapes and sizes, and they'll try different things. So it's really helpful to have people that you can actually talk to, versus just talking at the screen. Have a plan. The times that I'm just kind of all over the place are the times when I probably am not selling much, or the times that my periscopes feel really disjointed. So I try my best to have a plan. Like last night, I was showing tunics, and I showed 3 different tunics, and I knew I was going to show 3 different tunics, and I wasn't going to go through all the sizes because I knew that I probably wasn't going to have a ton of people on this first time. So because haven't been as consistent. So being on days that I'm more consistent and know that I have a following that are waiting to see my inventory, I'll go through all the sizes. But in this last one, I really went through the main styles and colors and patterns, and then sold a few, and then redirected people to my party site to shop by going to my profile. So have a plan, super helpful. And then finally, just do it. Sometimes you just have to get over yourself and like the nerves and the worry about what people are going to think. Ultimately, they're on the other side of the screen. They're not in front of you. And if they think badly of you, you're just getting started and getting practice, and you're getting practice. Even those individuals that have been doing Periscope or Facebook Lives a ton make mistakes. I make mistakes every single time. If you've been live with me on Periscope or Facebook Live, I've dropped my iPad before. I've said the wrong thing. I've said the wrong price. I've said the wrong item, but you go back and you fix it, and people see that you're human. So just do it. Get out there and practice. So hopefully these instructions, these tips were helpful to you. I know it's a long video, and so hopefully you can scrub through the video to see if there's things that you need or want to see. But would love to get your feedback and any questions that you might have. This Periscope tutorial might not have been might not have had all of the things you needed to know, and you might still have questions. So feel free to message me. You can find me at Agnes Dora by Jen P. That's my Facebook group. And you can also find me on Instagram, or you can email me. And my email address is agnesanddorabyjenp@gmail.com. So hopefully we'll get a chance to connect, and hopefully this was helpful to you. If it was helpful for you, please make sure to let me know by either liking or commenting and letting me know what was great about it. Or if you have feedback, I'm super open to feedback and know that sometimes things need to change. So please leave me feedback so that I can adjust to make this training more suitable and more helpful to all of you. So thanks for spending some time with me today, guys. I hope you have a great day, and see you on Periscope soon. Bye.